This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, acne, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is always a healing and regenerating and renewing system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your phone calls. Our number is 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. If you want to get off your medications and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. 855-660-4261 is our number on The Bright Side. And, of course, if you have a success story you'd like to share, if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261 is our number on The Bright Side. I also want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, for setting that up. And I also want to encourage you all to check out our longevity phone calls we do every Sunday, myself and my friend Dixie Sedgwick. The dial-in number 605-562-3140, 605-562-3140. That's every Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to talk about ALS this Sunday. Actually, we'll do the call on Saturday, and then we'll run a tape on Sunday at 6 p.m. We'll do a live call on Saturday this week. Saturday, what day is Saturday? Whatever day Saturday is. I think it's the 6th of September. This Saturday, September 6th, we'll talk about ALS live at 605-562-3140. We'll take some questions at the end of the talk. It lasts about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour. And then we'll run a tape on Sunday at 6 p.m., 605-562-3140. The participant access code, 444-973-pound. Love to have you join us. And then if you want to get on the email list to be notified when we do videos, I'm doing weekly videos with health coach Amanda Rideout on skincare, as well as some of the longevity products. We did Fucoid Z and Fucoid, the seaweed Fucoid, as well as the product Fucoid Z and the Z Radical product. On our last couple of videos, send me an email, ben@ksco.com. K for King, S for Sam, C for Cat, O for Oscar, ben@ksco.com. And we'll get you on the list so you'll be notified every time we do a new video. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for our housekeeping. I want to continue talking about hormones and hormone health and how they relate to cells. And we always say all disease is cell disease, and there's a very important hormonal connection. This worshipful attitude that I take to cells, and I hope you guys are starting to take on as well, this awesome nature of cells, how cells are like conscious little animals, almost like miniature versions, fractal-like versions of the composite that they compose called us. Each little cell is like a little miniature animal or even a miniature human. Each little cell thinks in a way, and it processes information. It has a reproductive system and a nervous system and an excretory system and a skeletal system, and it has its own defensive system. A cell is almost like a little body. It has its own skin, which we call a membrane. These little entities, these little miniature animals, animalcules as they used to be called, have a really, really, really important role to play when it comes to hormonal health. There's a very important relationship between hormones and how healthy or how not healthy a cell is. Cells are like animals. They've got an animal-like nature. But in addition to having an animal-like nature, they also have a machine-like nature. They have input and they have outputs. They have inputs and they have outputs. An output can be something that a cell is making or outputting, putting outwards, putting outside of itself. And output material can be internalized. You can have a cell that's making things that'll just stay inside the cell, output that just stays in the inside of a cell, or output that comes out of a cell, that's extruded externally out of a cell. This input-output nature, how cells will get input from the environment and then output some kind of product, is at the core, the fundamental center of all degenerative disease. All degenerative diseases, from acne to atherosclerosis to autoimmunity to cancer, you name it. All degenerative disease involves some kind of breakdown in this input-output nature. Cells get input, communication, messages from the environment, and in response they output particular products. They output substances, and it's in this input-output behavior that the core of degenerative disease lies. There's a really interesting science magazine called Focus. I love good science magazines, and I read a lot of them. New Scientist is a good one. Discover, of course, is okay. Not as good as New Scientist, but it's a good one. How It Works is another one. One that I like is called Focus. It's got lots of pictures, it's got lots of easy-to-read articles. It's fun, it's entertaining science for non-scientists and scientists, too. This month's edition of Focus magazine has a really cool story on 3D printing. 3D printing of organs. 3D printing of kidneys, specifically. 3D printing is where you have a printer that actually prints stuff. It doesn't just print paper, it prints material. We talked about this a couple of days ago. You can print forks and screws and widgets and bolts and just anything you want, really. You can, ultimately, they're working on printing food. 3D printers these days just print little parts for toys and for cars and construction material. I remember less than 10 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I first read about 3D printers, and I remember being blown away. And this is just 5 or 6 years ago. I was blown away by the high-tech nature of 3D printers 5 or 6 years ago, and now you can buy 3D printers at OfficeMax or even Kmart. There's a video on CNN.com yesterday about an engineer from Minnesota, a guy named Andrei Rudenko, who designed his own 3D printer that actually extruded or printed layers of concrete shapes and concrete forms that allowed him to ultimately produce a 12-foot high castle. You can see this on CNN.com. According to Andrei Rudenko, his next project is building his own house, printing his own house. He's going to print a house with his 3D printer that he's going to move into and live. Anyway, according to this Focus article, the next great frontier in medicine, or at least one of them, is going to be cheap organs. This is what 3D printing offers us, cheap organs, 3D printed kidneys, 3D printed livers. Problem with 3D printing biological systems is when you 3D print an organ, that's a far cry from printing a widget or printing a concrete shape. Biological systems are complex and they're intricate. They need to be fed. They're not plastic. They're not concrete. They're alive. And this is one of the reasons that 3D printing, the first 3D printed systems were vascular systems, blood vessel systems. This is according to the Focus article. A bioprinted vascular network, a bioprinted network of blood vessels. This was actually done. This is all, you see pictures of it in this month's edition of Focus. Within 10 years, you're going to probably have organs, starting with the skin for burns. That's going to be the first organ system probably that gets printed, is printed skin. And this is the brave new world that we are about to embark in biotechnology. But cells have been in the biotech business for 4 billion years, nearly 4 billion years. They've evolved to be perfect. Cells have had billions of years to develop perfection, and indeed they are perfect. Cells are perfect, are pretty darn close to perfect, and they've succeeded in not only creating, i.e. printing, biology, not only have they succeeded in printing biological systems, but cells do their 3D printing at the atomic level. This is unbelievable. Cells have figured out how to 3D print atoms and then molecules. Cells are molecular 3D printing machines. That is a cell's life. That is a cell's fate. That is a cell's destiny to be a 3D printing machine. But it is a 3D printing machine that is responsive to the environment. It's a 3D printing machine that depends on signals from the outside environment. And where do those signals come from? Well, I'll tell you when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We will be back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a healthy start pack at LadyTalkLive.com or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Longevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Longevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com or call 855-321-HEALTH.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Yeah? Did you want to see me, sir? Well, I did, but now that I do, I'm not so sure. Sir? Johnson, I got a mission for you that could change your life. Oh, good, sir. It involves traveling halfway around the world without so much as half a clue of where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there. Situation normal, sir? Uh-huh. But I'll be leading this mission, Johnson, so I'll be telling you what to do. You, sir? That's right, Johnson, and I say first things first. Oh, good plan, sir. And what I say is first is food. Always remember that, Johnson. Food is a big deal. Sir, my brother-in-law can get us a really good deal on some surplus MREs. Johnson, if you've got half a brain and that empty head of yours, you'll call the freeze-dry guy like I did. That food is better for you, it rehydrates faster, and it's good, Johnson. And it keeps for up to 30 years. Will we be gone that long, sir? I hope not. Now get your supplies organized and meet me down to the pier at dawn on Sunday. We sail at sunrise. Yes, sir.
This adventure is brought to you by the Freeze Dry Guy. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thank you for joining us. We are here on the Genesis Communication Network, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com, where you'll find a shopping cart with all the longevity products. Just pull down on the shopping cart. You'll find the Healthy Start Pack and the Jordan Rubin Beyond Organic products, the Fucoid and Z, all the longevity products you hear us talk about or advertise on the program. You can purchase them right off the website, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866